Hello everyone, this is Karen Jean Lowe with Simpatico, and today I thought we'd do our little video on managing our emotions with the Simpatico Method. Now, it's an easy method to use towards recognizing what you're feeling and why. This personal information is a very important skill, especially in today's world where we're being constantly bombarded with distractions in the span of just one short hour. Now, the Simpatico Method does one very important thing. It teaches us how to use our emotions as strategies towards a productive outcome. It helps us problem solve. It puts us in the driver's seat, so we're not being drugged down the sidewalk by our emotions. And we do this by asking questions of ourselves. Let's use the example of fear. That's a strong emotion. Let's strategize with a situation. The first thing that we have to understand about fear is fear itself. Fear is what I call the survival emotion, and it keeps us safe. But know that 99% of what we fear never happens, nor does it ever reach the front of our consciousness. It remains subliminal, just below the surface, just under our awareness, and that's where it keeps us stuck in fear-based thoughts. So how do we bring it up on the screen? By simply thinking about what you've been thinking about. Every time you feel a twinge of emotional discomfort, stop and recognize that emotion. Then ask yourself, well, what have I been thinking about? The reason is every time you have a thought, it's naturally followed by an emotion. That's how we're wired as humans. So let's say I have to give a short report at work and I feel anxious and I just can't wait to get it over with. The first question I want to ask myself is, I want to recognize, what am I feeling? I want to be able to name it. What is it? So probably anxiety. I'm afraid my coworkers will not accept my report, or I'm afraid of rejection. Yes, that's it. I'm afraid of being rejected, maybe by my boss or my coworkers. Now, this is understandable because we all want to be accepted. That's another basic human need. And we're highly sociable beings. So here we are. We want to realize that it's important to us, first of all. So it's okay to have those things important. And then we want to face our fear. We want to call it out. We ask ourselves, so what's the worst thing that can happen in this situation? The humiliation. We want to be able to feel it. We want to be able to feel the defeat. We want to be able to feel what it feels like not to belong. And you might be asking, well, why do I want to do that? That's all that I want to avoid. Well, because it will keep coming back to haunt you if you don't face it. Go ahead, feel that fear, feel those emotions, face them, and they leave. They morph into something else, and you're in control. Then ask yourself, well, what's the probability that anything that I've imagined here will happen? How about, will some of it happen? I would like everyone to know that they're a lot stronger than they think. In fact, I would say we are stronger than we can think. We aren't able to recognize our potential for emotional intelligence because, unlike our IQ, our intelligence quota, which they say is pretty much fixed when you're born, EQ, the sky's the limit. So remember, using emotions with strategies is a very important part that you'll learn with the Simpatico Method. And go ahead and check us out at www.simpaticokjl.com.